Did you ever have that aha moment when someone explains a very complex topic using real world examples? Well, get ready for an experience based learning like never before. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Pooja, your internet coworker and a technical account manager. In today's video, we're going to talk about SQL, or also known as SQL. So, what is SQL? SQL stands for Structured Query Language. In the past, we used to store data in a physical format and into large filing cabinets. But as technology advanced, we started moving our data online. For example, let's say you walk into a supermarket and as you enter, you see different lines or sections. One section is only for fruits, one section is only for cereals, one section is only for nut butters. Now, companies also store and arrange their data in a similar format. And this big store is what we call a database. Now, the lines or sections where we have only beverages stored, or only cereals stored, or only fruits stored is called a data table. And things like Coke, Pepsi, cereal are actual data which will have the actual information. Now, in such store, there are employees who would often come to you to ask if you're able to find item correctly. Let's say you ask for an organic peanut butter that is chunky. The employee will go to that specific section and get it for you. Now, the employee or helper is a system that can control the data. The employee doesn't speak your language, and so if you need to communicate, you need to do that in their language, and this is what is called as Structured Query Language, or SQL. So what is SQL? SQL is a language that can be used to speak with the system, and whatever we ask, it will go ahead and provide us with the data. With the help of SQL, we are able to store data, retrieve data, and also manipulate data. SQL works on a special database called relational databases. It's a database in which data is stored in the form of tables, more like rows and columns. Similar so as Excel, but not really Excel. Now let's try to look at a few commands that you can use to speak with the database. And also let's try to understand it using the same supermarket example so you can understand some of those commands a little bit more intuitively. As you enter the store, you don't know who to ask. An employee, Chris, knows how to talk to the database, and he knows how to speak in the language of SQL. So if you learn SQL, you can ask him to get the data for you. So, how do you speak Chris's SQL language? Here are the requests you can make. You enter the store and ask, "Can you show me a list of all the products, please?" So you'll ask Chris SQL to select product name from products table. Chris returned with all the products from the products table exactly how you asked. Now, let's say you're looking for snacks that are affordable and that cost less than $2. So, you'll ask Chris SQL to select product name and price from the products table where price is less than 2 and category ID is 2. Now, Chris returned with just the chocolate bar as it was the only item that met both conditions. Number 1, the price is less than $2, and number 2, the category ID is equal to 2, which corresponds to the snacks category. Now, you would like to see a list of all the products but organized alphabetically by their names. So, you will ask Chris SQL to select product name and price from products table with order by product name. Chris returned with the product name and the price columns from the products table and orders the results alphabetically by the product name column in ascending order. The next thing you'd like to see is which products belong to which categories. So, you will ask Chris SQL to select product name and categories and join the two tables using the category ID. Chris returned with the product name from the products table and the corresponding category name from the categories table. As the two fields requested belong to two different tables, an inner join between the products table and the categories tables is used. This type of join returns only the rows for which there is a match in both tables based on a specific condition. In this case, where the category ID in the products table matches the category ID in the categories table. Now, apart from these commands, if you want to add or delete data, let's say you want to remove the chocolate bar, you can use this command, and the entry from chocolate bar from the products table will be removed. So, next time you hear about SQL, remember Chris SQL. There is more to this. These are just very high-level basic commands. I'm planning to do a video series where I'll be talking about these commands in depth, so definitely stay tuned. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, keep learning.